Hello, everybody. I'm Dani. Nice to see you again. If you hear some purring, but also some weird noise, it's because I adopted a cat. He's Nakami, exactly like a character from Insomniacs After School. He's a 3 months old tuxedo and is crazy. I love him. And he's technically on my lap. He's probably going to jump at the camera. So today we're talking about the books that I've bought between the end of June. Is it going to destroy something? Probably yes. And the whole month of July. Actually, I'm currently waiting for 3 books to arrive because I attend a book club. I told you in the past about this, and we won't meet in August because of the holidays, the vacations, and we'll meet at the end of September. And so the woman that uh, chooses the books that we are going to read monthly um, has given us 4 choices. You can choose one to read all of them. Anyway, you're always welcome to the book club, and this is something I really love. Anyway, so I ordered 3 of them on Vinted because the used copy was way cheaper than the Kobo version, the e-reader version, ebook version, I'm sorry. And another one I'm about to purchase on my Kobo. Most of the books, actually, well, no, but I've bought a lot of books on my Kobo because of the book club, and one I redeemed because of points. But I'm explaining myself a bit more in a minute. The first book that I bought was for the book club and then she was gone. Sorry, no, then she was gone by Lisa Jewell. Nakami? No, Nakami? Basta. Sorry, it was chewing my Switch charger. And now he's here. Yes, he's Nakami. Weird cat. Very playful, but also very cute. Do not touch the. Okay. Don't bite. Well, this video is going to be chaotic, as usual. Anyway, I've actually talked about Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. It's a thriller that talks about Laurel, whose daughter disappeared, and after almost 10 years, she got to know what happened to her. And it was weird, but absolutely crazy and great thriller that I really loved. No. Okay, he's chewing the Switch cover now, well, wherever. So I really recommend this book to you. The next book, you're going to see the covers. I always say it later because I start talking and you have already seen the editing, so the cover appearing here for the ebooks that I've bought. But why are you biting a book now? Why? What did? Why? Why? Whatever. Do not bite the book. Anyway, next book that I got, I think I have to search for the English title because I've read it in Italian, but this is not even an Italian book or an English book. It's it's a Sweden book. Let's see the English title. Wow, I love them finding only French and German. Is there an English version? Maybe not. This is crazy. I love this book. Crazy. Let me see. No, there's not an English edition, which is crazy. Anyway, the book is called in Italian Le formidabili donne del Grand Hotel. So the extraordinary women of the Grand Hotel, which tells the story about this director, this hotel director, which was like the first woman to actually um, managing more than a hotel in Stockholm and also other areas in Sweden. And this is a story about feminism and um, union, and also uh, dealing with changes like friendship, but also like political changes. It's a crazy book. I loved it. It was very long because I read it in my Kobo, on my Kobo, and I read it with a bigger font than the original one. And so it was like double the pages. So the original amount of pages was like almost 500, if I'm not mistaken, even longer probably. Loved it. It was a great book. So you're going to hear about this book again in the next video. So the one about the reads of July. But I really liked it, and I do recommend it to anyone who can read books in other languages, apart from English, of course. So sad they didn't translate it. I also read an Italian book. Let me see. This one, I'm sure it hasn't been translated, but it was great. It was great. Anyway, the book is Padre Nostro, Storia di Elisa Caiazzo, and this book talks about this young woman who she grew up in this family who is very Catholic, and um, the dad is absolutely a patriarch. So everyone has to do what he wants them to do, which means they never get to live a normal life, basically. We're actually after COVID. So, like, it's a very contemporary book. And this has been inspired by a real story too. It was quick read. It was very intense, and I really liked it. I hated that the ending was a bit like a cliffhanger. Like there was an opening uh, ending, basically. It didn't really close the story, and that was crazy, but I really liked it, so I do recommend it. Because I've bought all of these books on my ebook, on my Kobo, I have Kobo VIP, so I pay 12 euros each year. This is my first year actually doing this. And for every Kobo that I purchase, for every, sorry, ebook that I purchase on my Kobo, I get points. And after, like from 2,400 points to 4,800 points, you get to redeem books. So I redeemed a Japanese book. Let me see the English title of this. I'm sure this has been translated because, well, apparently no. No, I'm joking. It should be. I know there's a translation of this one, but I can tell you what. Let me see. No, apparently there's no translation. I'm not finding it the original version either. This is funny. Well, weird. Let me see. This is a mess. I'm sorry, and it's not because of the cat. It's because of me. Let me search on the author page. Well, no, there's no there's no English edition. Well, anyway, the Italian title of this book, which is written by a Japanese author, is The Small Shop of Miss Inata, quindi Piccolo Negozio della Signora Inata, and it talks about this shop where you can find everything, especially what you need, basically. Um, it's actually a shop of bento, so like not a convenience shop, but like a shop where you can buy pre-made meals, basically. And Miss Hinata is the owner, and the shop, the meals, and the owner herself, everything is basically magical. So if you need something, she's going to have something for you, and it's exactly what you need, basically. But also, Hinata herself has to deal with something, so she needs to find what she needs, basically. I don't know if I really explained the plot in a good way, but I'm really excited for this book. I got it with the points, so I got it for free, and I'm really excited. That was great. Then, because of the book club, the other book that I got on my Kobo is a book about Gaza. And let me search for it. I'm sure there's I always say that, but there should be an English title, because there should be an English edition. Let me see. Apparently not. This is so funny. Why? Why? What is going on? Maybe there's something also about Goodreads, because I use Goodreads. Let me see. I'm not sure what book is this. But anyway, the Italian title is Vita Pesa, so The End in Life. And this is about this man going away from Gaza. We're like in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And he basically leaves the country to go abroad and keep studying. And his father prints I wouldn't say billboards. Yeah, signs. Um, and he believes that if you leave your country when your country needs you, then you are basically a bad person. At some point, this young man needs to go back to Gaza, and that's when his dad, get taken, basically. And once you're back into Gaza, you can go back outside. So he stays there because he has to. And I feel like this book is tremendously contemporary is tremendously actual, like because of what's going on in Palestine. And I'm really curious. This is a huge book. Well, huge. No, it's not that big, but it's written in a small font. So it's 400 pages. I'm really glad I got it on Kobo, because I really have an issue with small fonts. Well, I can see from afar, but I really enjoy reading books with a bigger font, because it's way more relaxing than like concentrating to read a small font. So this is it, basically. Anyway, then I have a pile of book here, and the first one is this one by Anna Premoli. It's an Italian book. Let me see, search for the English version, if there's one. I've read another book by this author. I really liked it, and I got this on a book crossing point in on the Garda Lake. Basically, I brought a few books, and I decided to get this one. Let me search for it. I think there are few translation of this book. Maybe French. Yeah. Okay, there's no translation for English readers. Well, anyway, this book is about this woman called Jordan, who's not absolutely not good at building a relationship. Apparently, she lives in New York. She's very beautiful, and she wants to marry a famous doctor for I don't know any for I don't know what kind of reason. Oh yeah, no, there's the reason. Her mother is has an illness, so we are in America, so it takes a lot of money to deal with illnesses in America, and so she's like she should she thinks she should date a doctor. And um, when she started working in the cafe in front of the hospital, um, she falls unconscious in front of a doctor, which is a very young doctor and absolutely not the kind of man she would like to date, but fate. It seems like a weird book. I've read a book about a writer who becomes the neighbor of a young rock star, and I love that book. I love that book. I'm so sad that there's not an English translation. The cat is sleeping. The cat is sleeping. Wow. But it happens. Then I got the prophecy of. Let me see how to say that, because I know there's an English version of this one. I just don't know how to say a word of the title. Let me see. Anyway, the book is this one. This is the uh oh my god, I forgot the word. Pocket version? No. That's the Italian version. The Italian way of saying this. This is the paperback edition. Let me see. The Armadillo Prophecy by Zero Calcare. This was the first graphic novel by this author, because until this point he has only published collection of strips. Basically, this one was his first long story. Zero Calcare is, I think, the most famous Italian comic author at this point. Not really, maybe the most famous, but at the moment is pretty famous. Um, and all of his books, these ones too, are about his life in some way or another. And he has a very weird way of telling stories. I really love his way of telling stories. This is not my first book by him. I've read, I think, three at this point. This will be the fourth, but because of a discount code, I got also a fifth um, book by him. This is Un polpo alla gola. Let me search for it. I don't know if there's a translation, because I was sure about the Armadillo Prophecy. I think there's also a movie inspired by that graphic novel. Um, yes, Tentacles on My Throat. It's the exact same title, basically. Same thing like the Armadillo Prophecy. This is about his life. This is about his youth, if I'm not mistaken. This is about his middle grade years, if I'm not mistaken, and this one about his adolescency. I'm not sure. Um, these are the paperback edition. They're like half of the price, and I wanted these ones because my shelves, the comic shelves, are getting fuller, and I'm going to show you something like other reasons because of it, and it's because I have two mangas here too. This one is La voce delle stelle by Makoto Shinkai and Mizu Sahara. I'm searching for the English title. I think there should be like an anime too, because Makoto Shinkai is a movie director, so there should be There's also the novel version, Voices of a Distant Star. Do I know what this manga is about? Absolutely not. But it's Makoto Shinkai. It was half the price because it's a used copy, and so I had to have it. This is it. I'm a very simple person. I see Makoto Shinkai, I buy it. And I wonder about there is like a brand new um, translation for us Italian is Fai come ti dico Oshino by Oshino Disco and Makoto Jiro, the author of Insomniacs After School, which I loved. Let me search for the English title because I don't know if there's a one. So this is a story by Oshino Disco, and it's about his life because he's basically uh, he's not good at baseball, but he's playing in the baseball team of his school, and he meets Yamada, which is a brand new classmate, basically, and she's crying, as you can see on the cover, because she got robbed and basically they start a weird relationship, and if I'm not mistaken he protects her as long as she does what he wants, which is a weird concept. But as I said for Makoto Shinkai, I saw Makoto Jiro, the cover, look at it, the cover, this girl is Izaki from Insomniac After School. I was like, it's my baby. I I don't want her to cry. So I'm sure this is going to be a weird read, but I mean, he has been published, so let's see why. I'm looking at the ratings and they're very low. They're 2.5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Well, then I got the third volume of the Kokoro Clinic series by Ishida Sue. The Italian edition, the Italian title is Un gatto ti accende la vita. Let me see the English title because there should be a translation in English already because this should have been like published in with 2 weeks of difference. Basically, the English edition should have been how 2 weeks before the Italian one. Let me see. Um, I love this series. I've read the first two and I love them. Welcome to the Kokoro Cat Clinic. Yes. And I read the second one, I think in January, if I'm not mistaken, December, January of this year. And I was like, gosh, I wish there was a third one, but I'm not like, if there's not going to be one, I accept it. And like a couple days after this saw appeared in my mind, I've seen a post on Instagram saying, "Oh, there's going to be a third book in the series." I was super happy. This is about the Kokoro Cat Clinic, where people goes kind of by accident, but because they're in a period of their life where they don't know what to do, basically, so they appear at this Kokoro Cat Clinic and they get assigned a cat. They have to take care for like a week or two, and this cat is going to make their problems disappear, and it does. I loved every story because it's basically like a few chapter for every book, and as every single chapter is a different story, basically, because there are different patients for this clinic. I love this. I love this so much. Then I bought a book that I didn't know was turned into a movie, and I read this book when I was a teenager, and it's Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. This is the movie, the tie-in version, basically. It was used. This is a used copy, hardcover. I wanted to buy the second one too because I've read that one too, which is Forever Stargirl, if I'm not mistaken. I remember liking it a lot, both books, but I think this one was the best one between the two. And it's about this girl which is a bit eccentric, and everyone is like, well, you're weird. And she's like, I like being this person. And it's about like deciding to still be yourself in a world that wants you in a certain way, but you decide not to fit in because you're not that person. And it's very unique, I think, as a book for like middle grade, maybe teenagers, like on the younger side. I really loved it, so I really want to read it again. Last book I'm going to mention is this one, Il negozio di libri usati di Giraud. I think this is how you pronounce this name. Let me search for the English title, because this is by Ika Arada, and it's another Japanese book. This is about a bookshop. Let me see. I don't know how to say the name of the book owner. Uh, Come on. There's not an English version for sure. What? Well, anyway, look at it. There's a cat. This book is about this bookshop that it's about like that sells only used books, and this woman needs to um, deal with the bookshop, so like become sort of the manager and the owner, because her brother, who was the owner, sadly passed away, if I'm not mistaken, and she'd love to sell it and just run away, but she can't, and she will be helped by her niece, Mikiki, which is a marvelous name. I love it. And so she tried to keep the bookshop alive, basically, because of her niece. And I'm going to read it. I love this type of book. Okay, I love it. Well, anyway, this was the last book of this long video, long, messy, chaotic, crazy video. I hope you like it. I don't know where you're going to see this video, because I'm a bit messy in real life too, so I have a lot of things to do. I got surgery for my wisdom tooth, because it's one tooth, here. So I haven't been able to film a video for a while, because it was an easy surgery, but the post-surgery part was a bit painful, and um, it wasn't great anyway. But now we are back, so I hope you're reading good books, and in the next video I'm going to make a recap of the books that I've read in July. I apologize for the messiness. Cat is sleeping. See you next time. Bye.